Hello everybody and welcome to today's show match between ATG and Nyyrikki. We've actually gone straight into the first map, a little bit before I thought we were going in. We've already got the first pick going down, a few of them actually. Let this round play out and we'll do the intro afterwards. And the first round there going to ATG. Got the team names backwards there. So the maps today are Liberation, Coastal and Derailed. Manor House is excluded again. Trend which is spreading across the Battalion community. With me today is Dinko. He's away from the microphone for a second, so I'll be taking over the full aspect of it for the next few minutes. And we do have ATG on the right and Nyyrikki on the left. Change that in the overlay now in 2 seconds. I'll hand you over to Dinko for the middle of the round.
Alright, sorry guys, welcome back. It is going to be my first game. It just again here with a early round for ATG as they take the round victory. And mine is a hit 3 versus 5. This is going to be my first tournament ever of Battalion, so excuse me if I mess up on a few things, but it's going to be hopefully a good one. A couple of kills come in. ATG seem to have a solid control of this one as there's only one player left. The marksman gonna get dropped down to 69 HP actually. Janswee's alive and Sloan as well, my bad. Let's give me 3 kills coming through. And a pretty standard round. 58 seconds left on the clock and already ATG this one. You have the weapons alive and really it's just 30 HP left here. Stand between them. And something we've actually talked about as well, Mitch man, is actually before this game we had that post-match interview where we were talking about Sam perhaps getting on that shotgun.
Absolutely, we saw.
Can decimate a few people with that.
I think pretty much anybody can decimate someone with a shotgun at the state it's in now. It's a little bit overpowered, especially if you come up against somebody with a Kar 98. There's not a lot you can do if you miss that first shot. You're almost certainly going to fall to that. I haven't seen him take out the shotgun just yet, I don't think. Oh, he's got it now. Hopefully we will see a few franks coming in from Sam's perspective. The UI hasn't bugged out yet, which we saw issues in the last Blitzkrieg tournament, and expecting to see them by the end of this half.
Yeah,
but
I still
for now,
don't really know how to work the UI at all, like turn on X-ray or anything.
And we've got the buttons down the bottom left. The auto is working.
Got it, no,
That's
that makes things a little bit easier.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah, so
there's Sam coming in with the shotgun straight away. Actually, a brilliant position he's in.
Grab that shotgun kill. We're into a 3 versus 4, and again. We got the auto, the little bit of an SMG presence here, a marksman as well. But it's a good start here from ATG. They would be the favourites coming into this one, I presume, coming from the experience you've talked about, Mitch. It seems as though they are sort of the favourites coming into this matchup. They talked that before the interview, obviously, they were saying that they were quite confident they've played against this team so far. So
absolutely, they are the favourites coming into this map. I believe they made it to the semi-finals of Blitzkrieg, and they always do quite well. Nyyrikki a little bit less heard from in general. They're also trialing a player today, so it's not a full team versus the ATG, who have beat them in the past with the 2 full lineups playing each other. But I'm not too sure who the trial player is actually. We must try find that out. For the moment, nobody seems to be dropping back too much.
Yeah, something I really like about this game is the way you can spam right through that bomb box. We'll eventually get it down. No damage really dealt, but there goes a nice shot from RPRs. He's able to do a little bit of damage now. And there's now only ATG's RPR facing 2 of the team here, and then we'll go down. And that will be the round victory here finally for Villas and the boys there on the Allies. Now, I feel as though, I don't know about you, Mitch, but I feel as though the Axis have a little bit of an advantage in this game so far, just really based off the advantages weapon-wise. So I feel like the weapons on the Axis side is a lot better. You've got Kar 98Ks over there, unscoped and scoped. Obviously, shotguns in the mix as well. MP40 is probably the only weapon I feel like the Allies have the advantage over with the Thompson. I don't know if you...
Absolutely, I'd agree. The STG is... it's definitely a favourite. After the patch, I'm not too sure the differences between them. I think they're both still a one-shot headshot, but overall pretty balanced, except for the Kar 98K.
lot of people I've been talking about felt as though the heavy weapon was a lot better on the Axis. They felt as though the STG was a bit stronger than the Allies version, but still, let's get back into the action. Already 4 kills into the round have concluded. 2 deaths on both team, and this will be the bomb finally going down, and it seems as though this round has been heavily put under control of the Allies this time. The Axis again have to retake this site. DG are not slouches when it comes to doing so, as another kill will come through for certainly. He will get caught out though by the marksman, and the round will go in favour of the Allies as they put it 2-2 now. This is again even here, Mitch. Everything is looking swell, and now that will be. I'm starting to maybe pick up a little bit more cards on that Allies side, because you want to obviously have as many cards as possible starting off the game, because you don't want to have no weapons later in the game.
Absolutely. I think the what you were saying about the STG being a favorite, or it having an advantage, I think that's kind of placebo from the launch when it was a one-shot headshot, whereas the Allies' weapon wasn't. But now I believe they patched it so that they're both one-hit headshots. So it's really only the fire rate and the scopes that are different. I'm not too sure which side the fire rate favors.
I feel as though the STG is just a little bit more menacing looking. It's just a lot thinner, etc.
Yeah.
Those things seem very, very stupid, but they actually can pay off and actually help out when it's come into movement and things like that. I don't know, but I feel that the STG just feels a lot better in my hand. But anyway, it's mostly going to be the Axis rolling over the Allies right now. ITG have just looked good into this round. Got a man advantage, but a Joel goes towards the tank in middle. Comes out on top is Jans V, I believe his name is. Keeping that one up. Finally gets shut down though. A nice kill to come through here from ATG, but now it is a 1 versus 1. Nyyrikki is up against Nathan, and they've got to get their way in on the site. Nyyrikki holding the spot, 35 seconds left, and creeped out onto the site. They got to put that bomb down. And this is going to be very fearsome right now. 1 versus 2. ATG got to try and retake this. Nyyrikki's done a good job to get the bomb down. Crossfire coming in though. It's a kill for ATG, and we're trying to get their way over into the action now. Coming around to the back lines though. This could become a little bit awkward as he's now inside of that archway, Mitch. And here goes ATG. He's going to lose the battle. Villas comes out on top, and somehow the Allies are able to rectify that one.
I think that was a much more winnable situation than the previous round where you saw somebody trying to retake B with a sniper rifle. But as well as that, they did split off a little bit. Gave him 2 1 versus 1s. It did work out for them, and we saw the STG's counterpart being used. But I don't know, I feel like that was very poorly played in the afterplan. Not necessarily a round they deserved to win, splitting up like that. One thing you might not have noticed was when Nyyrikki was planting, he was constantly swinging around on the site looking up. That was to see if there's certain nades on this map that you can throw from the spawn and middle area that will land directly on the bomb site and take out anybody planting. He was trying to make sure that if that nade was thrown, he could stop the plant and run away. Also, it gives you information on where they are. If you see a nade coming from spawn, it's highly unlikely that he's in middle. We've got a pause
coming through here. Yeah, one of the players' PC's restarting.
I thought I saw that actually. Whoever was number 0, I was spectating him in one of the rounds, and he was just staring at the floor. I think he might have timed out, or his PC is kicking him. The few issues with the latest update, like I said, we saw it in the Blitzkrieg battle on Saturday. There was a lot of problems with the UI, the spectator UI specifically. I don't know if it's seeped over into the player aspect with this player now, but definitely at some points the numbers weren't even working to switch between the players.
It's a little bit confusing when it comes down to like who's last alive or whatever, because sometimes the players don't even show up on the left side. It's just empty.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It doesn't actually allow me to see if they're alive or not, and sometimes I mess that up.
Well, sometimes it comes up they're dead at this when they're alive. If you notice on the left hand side now, just behind this spectator overlay, you can see one player is dead and one player is flashing red when they're obviously all full HP. A little bit unusual, but I think it's good that we see the issues in the spectator side. Like, it would be much worse if you would see a problem happening for players. I don't know. I think that's a player-specific issue, like his actual PC is causing the issue. Because so far I haven't heard of any gameplay related problems. And I did discover earlier on today a problem on derailed in middle towards the access side of connector. You can get stuck inside a railing, and if you're crouching it'll make noise, which is obviously pretty infuriating if you're about to flank the sniper and all of a sudden there's just 1,000 steps in 1 second. And I tweeted it out to them, and Fantasy acknowledged it straight away, and they're going to have that patched fairly soon, which is quite... It's good, the level of engagement. I mean, good luck. I don't know how many people tweeted Valve about a revolver when that came out, but it took them a while to fix.
Yeah, the Bulkhead looked to be a lot more community friendly, I guess. They work a lot to fix some of the issues quite quickly, which is always good to see when it's a new game. And obviously, coming in this, they're bringing a game that people wanted, so the sort of attitude receival is a lot greater, I would say, because people just wanted this type of game. And for the people I've been talking to, a lot of people have been very happy with it. Some people perhaps not so happy, but you can't please everyone. But mostly the sort of conception is that it is a pretty good game. So, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying playing it. I don't know about you, Mitch. I'm pretty sure you're enjoying it because you have a lot of hours.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one if it does become a successful esport, and obviously with companies such as Blitzkrieg, etc., we're going to see perhaps some really good ones. But I think those 2 players are still dead on my screen. I don't know about you, Mitch, but on the left, everyone's dead. Anyway,
yeah.
Triple nade coming through. What a huge play! That is a huge kill to be grabbing already.
Like you said, everybody's dead.
Yeah, it turns out it was correct. It was just a prediction. Everyone's dead after 1 grenade. And now we're into territory where it's very much favoured for ATG right now. I would say that there's not much of a hope really for the Allies trying to rectify this situation, especially trying to get over to a bomb site with such a low amount of players.
I mean, there's not too much you can do here. We have 2 smokes actually. It could be used to get a plant at least, but the problem... Oh, what a position.
Yeah, up in the top. Ethan's able to take one down, now falls back in behind cover as well, and now 50 seconds left. They've got to try and get their way over to this site, and there's quite a wrap coming through. An engagement may come over towards that side of the map between Sam, and the winner is Sloan in that battle. Sam goes down. Now it is only Sloan. He has to find himself a couple more frags here. There's going to be 3 hungry opponents looking for him. And I mean, that push really, they had really no chance at that point. That nade picking up 3 kills early on, that really decimates your chances straight off the bat, because you really got to play that pick-based play. And if you're unable to find picks, then you're really already at a 3-man deficit. You will try to salvage at least a bomb plant, but not too much happens there, Mitch. And I think as though ATG have got a little bit of confidence coming into this one after that. Well, after that round, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, there's not too much you can do in a retake like that. The smokes could have been used, but unfortunately, I didn't take note of who it was on the stairs there, but it was an excellent position and ultimately excellent timing. He did check the position, didn't see him, and the second he flicked away, you had him standing up on the stairs and getting that instant kill. Possibly could have gotten the second one, but I mean, when you get set nades like that coming in, and here comes one again on upper, but when you get set nades like that, if you don't see them coming, that's the end. It's all over. And here comes another one from Deason. Actually, he's holding that for the long nade.
My UI has just disappeared, but I'll try and cast, nevertheless. Nade kill comes through. Follow up, though, it's a trade, and we're into a 4 versus 4. Hey, what does this push come into, right? So you get most of the success has been found towards that A side of the map, I believe. So it seems as though they are going to just try and play outside that side of the map again. A little bit of a poke, perhaps, comes in from Nyyrikki as he tries to go over towards that side of the map. Now falls back, checks over towards the broken house. And Mitch, he's the man carrying the bomb here, so this slow back play with the bomb is likely to figure out something, but look up towards the top of that broken house. ATG, especially RPR here, is able to shut down one with that marksman. And now we're into a man advantage for ATG, and they've just got control of this outside position, really just forcing them into the A site.
But look at Pemas, he's going to come up behind and clear out Deason on B. I think he should check that position. It's a pretty common position. Checks the stairs first where he was before. Hopefully he's going to look to his left. There we go. We've got the site. We've got it smoked off. This is going to be a very hard retake now for ATG.
My battalion crashed when I tried to
crashed.
The server.
Okay, I'll take over from here then. Got a good pick coming in there on upper from RRP. Nyyrikki. Oh, he took damage from the fall. I thought that was a shot through the smoke. They're going to reclaim the site. They can't quite defuse the bomb though, because Sloan is in a great position. up top, which allows you to see the bomb. Somebody defusing at the feet at least. Behind the box. He doesn't go for the spam. He drops down. Picks one. He's not going to get that in time though. I think that's going to be a defuse for ATG. Best just to save that card, Sloan. But he goes in for another kill. Almost dies because he gets stuck in the fence, but manages to make that away. Almost gets pushed down as well. Like, I'm not sure if that was a good read of how much time was left on the clock or if that was just pure luck. He comes out of that. I'm not sure which card he actually had. But he saved it anyways.
Still trying to get back in, so that should give us a second.
Oh, no problem. I can't tell what the buy is like for Nyyrikki due to the UI, but we've got a good buy coming in from ATG, and they're going to be looking for those picks as players cross. They've got nades towards upper B and Sloan crouched. He can see over that smoke at times. He gets naded out of that position. They have a very good hold on B. Interestingly, they're like you said before, they have the advantage on A. Or they've come out on top on A lot of the times, and yet they're not going towards it. They're almost obsessed with that B site. I suppose they do get the B site. It's the post plants that they're suffering in.
Yeah, I made the mistake of calling it A, but yeah, it's been mostly that B site they've been forced into. A's been unavoided. Has been avoided, should I say? Really.
I think they went A in the first round and got it fairly handily, but it's not being repeated.
They just kind of fixed their issues towards middle and were able to really prevent them from getting anywhere near that site, because when you try and get inside of that market area, if someone has control of the tank and the broken house, it's very difficult to deal with. And there's the battle again, lost from allies inside of middle. And this is where the advantages are really lying, but into the B bomb site, a huge play comes in, but goes down quite quickly. That Pathfinder card down line inside, but still pushing their way out onto the B site. Nyyrikki's trying to fight with his marksman, and has to pull out the heavy rifle. Does he try and find, but he's got multiple flanks coming through. He will go down, and that will be Mofers finishing off the job. And 5-3, 2-round advantage for ATG now. And this is looking a little bit scary if you are the side.
It looked to me like that round kind of came down to one pick there from Nyyrikki when he went for the shot onto the guy in windows. I could have won the round there. You had the other two players stuck in middle behind smokes and pushing around flank. If they get that kill, they can take upper control and win the round. But they keep getting stuck on the site after every engagement. Oh, Nyyrikki went for a good pick there. Some good movement coming in, but they were ready. And we're going to see an A site push now, finally.
Yeah, it seems as though my UI is still gone, but we'll try and work with it.
Oh, I actually have no indicator of which side is which, actually. A or B.
So yeah, the bomb is going to be coming out towards that A site. First engagement tries to come through from Janswy, but now they're going to push inside of this building, and only one player up here. Mofers goes down, and that will be a huge double coming through. One with a shotgun, the follow-up with the MP40, and now that site has been completely grabbed. This is the first time we're seeing success in a while towards this A site. Decent. He's able to get one with the M4, but again, he's in with another kill from the M1, and this is where things get a bit dicey. This A bomb site under control, but for how much longer can he hold it? Janswy's doing all the work right now, and now into a 1-versus-1, needs to win the battle. He knows exactly where the player is on the opposite end of this wall. He's going to be lying on that site. Jump spot, spots out the player close, pulls out the Pathfinder in the form of the Thompson, and wins out the battle against Deason, and both went well. But that will be ultimately the good round for the Allies. Finally, we see something come through here.
We saw a similar thing going on there as the other rounds. They managed to get onto the site with the bomb pretty consistently, but every time they're there, they get stuck there. The players that they leave out to maintain control of the map, or indeed the players that peek from the site to try to slow down that push, they always get picked off. It was a great clutch that won them that round, but it's you need to get some consistency in holding down those after plants, or indeed pre-plants.
Yeah, I feel like this has been, again, heavily towards this B site this time from the Allies. They are going to be walking their way through. Sloan Villas impact onto that site. And towards A long, B long, they usually take that first engagement. Here comes one of the set nades we talked about from Sloan. That's going to go over the top. The first kill has went in favor of ATG, but it was quickly traded back. And now we are going to have to see this push come in. There's a bit of a flank coming in, though. All the kills are coming in for the ATG side, dropping like flies on the Allies, and coming in with this huge flank is Mofers. Look at this push. coming all the way behind 3 players. Need to commit to this B bomb site now. The M1 trying to find its way through. A kill comes in from Jantui, so that's a huge kill to find. Doing a good job to hold on as RPR, though. One will eventually try to go down, but the flank comes to fruition. Morphers puts an end to them all. And that will be the round now. 6-4. And a very dominant start, I would say, from the Allies. A couple of rounds there look decent for, should I say, the Axis. A couple of rounds look decent for the Allies, but mostly it was just the damage coming through from the Axis. They didn't really look too uncomfortable. ATG are playing quite well right now.
I think one of the major problems as well is when they go towards the B site, they're not going overly fast. It's those set nades are slowing them down a little bit. They're too afraid to peek it. But they're allowing players to go on the flank around A unpunished. Nobody's holding middle, and that gives ATG the ability to move around mid freely. They know that their spawn side is clear and the middle lane is clear. They can move around, tank that whole area without worrying about their side, and gives them freedom to set up nades and freedom to push towards the site pretty quickly on a retake situation.
Also, winning the duels is a huge part towards that B bomb site. When the 2 kills come in untraded as well, that very much favors the Axis in that situation. ATG were able to hold the site stead, and RPR has been doing quite a good job up towards the top of those stairs. I feel like that's such a strong position up on top of those stairs, especially with the marksman. When you come through such a small choke point, they actually try and hit that B bomb site. That marksman has to go down, and there's the kill. It comes to fruition. Japecki hits the first shot, but close to Sam, and Villas makes quick work of him now, and they've got to find their way back into this round. Somehow ATG have lost this one, and that will be ATG losing RPR, and the round goes in favor of the Allies. And it's back and forth we go, Mitch. This time it's looking a little bit better, perhaps, for the Allies here.
I've been kicked.
Oh, you've been kicked. Yeah. Well, not much I can do because you're the guy with the POV. So.
Gonna do some radio casting.
Yeah.
I'm on
Don't
my
worry,
way.
I don't even have a spectator HUD right now, so I'm just randomly trying to click in things.
Oh, such is Battalion.
Yeah.
On my way back to the server now. We're back in. I have got a HUD. I've half a HUD, but that's okay.
I have no HUD. Remember, you have to join team, I think. Oh, now I've went into third person. That won't let me back.
Space. Press space. It'll bring you back.
Okay. Is there a hotkey to enable auto direct your ability chance?
Not as far as I know. If anybody does know, please let me know in the chat. That would save my life a little bit.
Yeah. Although it is going to be ATG pretty much taking control of this one. 2 kills have come in early on. And now there's a 3 versus 5. They've got to find their way back into this somehow. Up in the rafters is RPR. He's been holding this quite a lot of the time. Sloan wins the first duel, and Villas goes down to Sam. And now this is where it's a 2 versus 4 now. 2-man advantage intact for ATG, and trying desperately to hold on to it are the ATG side. But a battle comes in. Sloan wins that one, and we're now into a 2 versus 3. This could come back for the Allies. They are making their way up middle. There's one player inside of the archway, but the battle is commencing. Nathan picks up one. And is going to win a battle with a Thompson towards this B bomb site. Takes down Sam. A quick push comes in, but RPR messes that one up. And that will now be a 1 versus 1. How does this happen, Mitch? How does it come this close? Trying to get that bomb down now. Nathan is in a 1 versus 1. The bomb goes down, but still staying behind the boxes. Pre-fire comes in. Nathan takes a heavy amount of damage, but it's only 1 player left now.
Wow. Hemis, that was an absolutely incredible play for what I caught of it anyways. It was a 4K coming in, I think?
Yeah, I believe so.
That was incredible. I mean, you can't expect a player to clutch that round out with a Thompson against 4 people. I mean, I just don't understand. They seem to have pushed kind of solo. I'm not sure if the first person to jump out of upper B was maybe a little bit over aggressive, or there was a little bit of miscommunication where one was calling to fall back and the other wasn't calling.
Yeah. The scoreline is now evened. 6-6. Allies in the Axis have got themselves even, and we're now into the second half. Moffers will pick up a nice nade. And that will take down the first kill. ATG come into the second half with a man advantage, and that's exactly what you want to have, but it seems as though they're not going to have it easy. Trying to pressure towards the B bomb site. There's still 2 players here. That's where the battle needs to commence. The bomb is now making its way over here with 4 players. They've got to win these duels, though. There's one close in the side. They haven't really seen him yet. And now it really just comes down to that push. Deason is able to take 1. And now this is where things get a bit dicey as another 3 kills come in. Deason and RPR grab 1, but Villas is up for a double. And that will be the huge plays coming through with ATG now into a 1 versus 2. These 2 players left over on that side is going to be Nyyrikki and Jansvi. Or Jansvi. Or Jansvi. One of the 2.
I'm now being hit with a spec bug. I have no UI. I can't see where the bomb is or anything, but I'll try my best here. Oh.
And there goes Jansvi, take down RPR. The round ends. And what looked good for the allies there just sort of slipped out of their hands, I'm afraid. ATG had the advantage into the round, but the kills did go in favor, and it's really just Villas stepping up, finding a double.
You're looking for those solo plays in players, and we're seeing a lot of them coming out. Sam has got the shotgun now, which will be pretty interesting to see. We've heard that he's a solo player with that shotgun. He's probably going to go for the B house here. Push in and try to get a pick. And here we go, but nobody's pushed in, unfortunately. Very common spot to crouch jump into that window. You get in the corner before they get there, and you can catch that player walking around the corner, but not when it's Sam with a shotgun. He's ready for those.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've stacked quite a few players over towards this side of the map on B here for the defensive side. Set nades try to come in, but Sloan gets a bit aggressive, finds himself a kill on the D's, and a follow-up from Sloan inside of middle as he just shuts down all the players. Nyyrikki there to take Sam down, and we're now only 2 ATG players remaining. This is a good round from the side, and now Nathan has to get his way out. He's in a bit of an awkward angle as well. They know exactly where he is, and it's coming down to winning this duel. It's difficult to win, especially since there's 2 players here, because if he overcommits that angle, walks onto that B site, the player from upper is they're certainly going to take him down. And it's even difficult to win a duel against this marksman rifle here on the spot as well, Mitch. So what really is the call right now? You have
it's definitely not to push with a Tommy gun, but he's going to do it, and it looks like it's going to work out. 16 HP. This is I'm not sure if you can spam through that with a Thompson. I don't think you can. Waiting for the regeneration. It's a massive problem in that situation. He knows where you are. He has a marksman rifle, and all you can do is wait. You know, if you push him, you have got at least 2 more people looking at you. I think the call there would have been to go back towards spawn and try to regroup. They know that it's a stack towards the site, having just pushed out and gotten demolished by it. You'd imagine they would stop committing to it, but they didn't even give time for the rotation, for the players to rotate off and go towards the A site, because you had the Thompson push in, so they know there's still presence on the site. Nobody's really going to move. I think, though, they did have a player watching down mid towards their spawn, so they would have caught them on the cross anyways. Very difficult situation.
You're going to try and go towards B again, though, Mitch. And this is where things kind of have gone either south or quite well. And if an opening kill comes in for Nyyrikki, and they've been able to hold this B bomb site quite well. Pem is through the smoke, 1 taps Mofers with that OP shotgun. 2 kills come in though for ATG, perhaps trying to find something into the round, but now it's only 1 player left. RPR versus Pem is Villas, Nyyrikki, and of course Jansvi. So this round is going to most certainly go in favor of the Axis, and the allies are going to be very much on this one.
He's forced into taking a battle here with either a sniper or a pistol against a Thompson. Not really too much you can do in that situation. I feel like players are being forced, because of these early picks, they're being forced into situations where there really is just nothing they can do. The ATG have full control of the map, and no, not ATG, sorry. The Nyyrikki have full control of the map. They have the angle down middle. They're watching for the spawn cross, so they know that they're trapped towards B. And then the players on B are being pushed down, or just simply waited out, and they have to push. They consistently commit though towards the B site, which is kind of interesting because they're losing these battles.
Yeah, this time it looks as though they've got a bit of a default going. Pemis is going off towards that A site, where we have Villas, Sloan, and Jansvi just trying to clear out certain parts of the map. Jansvi does go down early on. Sam drops him. A nice shot from Pemis. Sloan replies, but Mofer is back, and we're still even here. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 versus 2. The bomb has been collected, but there's still a minute left on that clock, so they have plenty of time to work with. Villas with the bomb is a little bit further outside of that A site, which suggests to me they're going to go towards that side of the map. But I would say the defensive side really have a good read of this one. ATG have got 2 players over towards that side of the map. You can see Moffers and RPR actually go to smoke and get close to Villas, and this could end badly for Villas as he doesn't know they're here. At least that smoke will protect him for a while, and he's got, of course, Sloan to try and help him out. Villas grabs one, he walks out of that corner, and he walks out victorious as he grabs 2 kills. RPR goes down, and that will be 10-6. Somehow, coming in this one, we said the favorites were ATG, just based off sort of what we've seen, well, you've seen so far. But Nyyrikki are definitely showing us something interesting here.
Absolutely.
Their defensive side is incredible.
You do have to remember this is Nyyrikki's map. They did pick this map. ATG a little bit more confident on Coastal, but I'm not too sure what's happening here. At the end of that game, at the end of that round, we saw 2 versus 2. They knew there was a player towards the B site. Potentially the A player had already rotated after the heavy pushing. Again, similar to other rounds, they're just not going towards the A site. They just don't like it. 3 versus 3, and this will almost certainly be a B push once again. And they know if they rotate around, they'll have potentially a 1 versus 3, but here comes that spawn nade from Villas. He's not going to throw it in time though. Lands directly on the bomb site, denies the plant, but he's not there in time.
Yeah. B is being safely put under the control. Now we're into a situation where Nyyrikki and Sloan have to try and find their way back in. There's going to be a kill for Sam as he takes Villas down. Sloan's there for the trade, however. And now they're in a bit of an awkward position. That bomb down, and they've got to make their way through the archway. Here comes the pushes. Sloan gets in behind with the pistol as he whips it out. A bit of a whiff spray from RPR, but still somehow survives for a little bit longer. That's good down to Nyyrikki, and that is going to be the round for Nyyrikki again as they get themselves 11 rounds on the board. 11-6. This is very, very dominant so far from Nyyrikki. It looked a bit better at the start of the game for ATG, but when we switch over into the second half where Nyyrikki are on that defense, it feels as though they are a lot more comfortable on that side of things.
Absolutely. That's probably why we saw them picking the map. It is their favorite map out of the pool. I don't really know. I'm completely just thrown back by the fact that we're not seeing any A pushes. It's just, I can't get my head around this. Bomb again going towards B where they've consistently failed. And we're going to see there's a pretty even spread at the start of the game, and it is potentially warranted to go towards B for the beginning at least. But after that, they seem very blindsided. You know, they're if they move the bomb towards B, they go B, and there's no fakes. There's no sort of, you know, 4-dimensional chess going on. It's just a very readable, and the other Nyyrikki are reading it every time consistently. When the bomb goes down, or when the bomb is even going down, there are 3 players. Their entirety of their team is there, ready to shut them off, and they're just getting cornered off in a 3 versus 3, where one of those players has to sit down and plant a bomb. And so it's essentially a 3 versus 2 for 7 or 6.5 seconds. There's not much you can do when you're pushed from 3 angles in a 3v2.
Yeah, this bomb actually has a chance to get something done though. Is over that B side of the map on its own. Most of the pressure is perhaps force the defense to think it's the opposite side of the map, but this is looking rather decent right now. Nyyrikki up in the back lines. One of his players goes down, but he can take over their position. So Morphers is there for 1. Jansveen will take down Nathan, and the round will end in victoriousness. I guess that's a word now. For the Nyyrikki. I don't even know how to say their name. Is Nyyrikki? It's such a weird name.
I was speaking to them before the game. I think they said Nyyrikki or Nyyrikki is close enough. I'm not too sure.
Close enough.
Not too sure what they were looking for when they made this name, but gotta live with it.
I believe it's pronounced Nathan or Nathan. He's having a bit of a poor performance right now. 3-11 overall scoreline. Sam, he's gone down as well. So we're into a situation that's definitely favoring the Axes right now, as they have picked themselves up a 1-man advantage. Is actually 10 minutes at the time, but right already towards that bomb site. It's got to go down now. They've got to get their way back in. Somehow, this is success this time for Mitch, and now it's only Nathan, and he's on his own.
Oh, we have Moffers towards the spawn. He's
Yeah, it just didn't show that he was alive. What the hell?
yeah, it's the spec UI. He's in a relatively good position. He's got Moffers cutting off that rotate. Nade's not going to get anybody there, but now they know where he is. That's going to be a bit of a problem. He's going to get shut down with a sniper. It's all on Nathan's again, and he's not going to get that. It's a very one-sided game coming in.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting this.
There. So that is it already? I mean, a very dominant half from Nyyrikki. Or the first map shows they are able to take down ATG quite convincing here, map number 1. But don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back with map number 2 very shortly, and Mitch